Hey everyone, welcome back to a series of Juana. If you're a new viewer and you just came across this video, please hit that subscribe button and join me on this journey. So guys, it's been literally 3 weeks since I've last posted a video, and I've just been so sad that I haven't been able to post any videos or get any content out, but it feels really great to be back. And as you guys know, if you've been watching me, you know I've been on YouTube for over a year now. I love to switch things up, and I had this idea that I would be telling you guys 7 shows that you should be watching in 2021. These are shows that I've been watching. I've literally been watching it since season 1, following through everything, and I just wanted to share that with you guys. So as always, please give this video a thumbs up. Please hit that subscribe button, hit that bell button so you are notified whenever I post, and we are just going to get started. So we are starting off with the countdown, of course. We are starting off with number 7. So the show that I have been watching literally since the first season started is the show Grownish. So for those of you that don't know, Grownish follows after the show Blackish. If you haven't watched Blackish, I mean, if you want to, hey, watch it. I actually didn't start off watching Blackish. I watched Blackish briefly, but I mainly just jumped right into Grownish. So Grownish is about Zoe Johnson, the daughter of Andre Johnson, who is in Blackish. She enters a new phase of her life, college, and she quickly realizes that she's an adult. She has to navigate college life without the help of her parents, of course, and she goes through friendships, love. The show has a lot of politics. She deals with finances, even down to her college courses. The show currently has 4 seasons. They just wrapped up their 4th season. And I think, honestly, what stood out to me about the show is obviously college life. I think if anyone who went to college, experienced college, can totally relate to this show, especially if you went away. I am someone who did go away my first year for college, and I could definitely relate to a lot of some of the things that happens in this show. Obviously, I don't want to give too much away, but you should definitely watch the show. The show tackles, you know, they talk about BLM, sexuality, even teen pregnancy. There are just so many different things that this show tackles on. I do wish that the show went more in depth with certain characters, which I see a lot of people say about the show, that the show doesn't really get to focus on certain characters. They mainly kind of focus on Zoe a lot more than everyone else. So that is something that I wish was a little differently about the show. Besides that, I like the show. I've literally been watching it, like I said, since season 1, and I definitely recommend you guys to watch it. The show is actually on Hulu, so if you want to catch up, get started, binge watch, definitely check out Hulu for the show Grownish. So for number 6, the next show that I have been watching, I literally just finished the 1st season, is Generation. So Generation is a comedy and drama series, and it focuses on a group of high school students that have to explain their sexuality in a modern world. The show currently has 1 season and 16 episodes. So what I loved about this show is that literally, again, I don't want to give too much away, but literally I'm just going to say in the 1st episode, I feel like that episode kind of sets the tone for the entire series. I also really like that they focused on each character. I feel like every episode, especially that 1st episode, you kind of get to know a little bit about the character, and I really like that because, again, like I said, I feel like it kind of sets the tone of the show. So I really, you know, loved that they did that. Also, again, the show, as I mentioned, focuses a lot on sexuality, and I think that is very important, especially, you know, today in our world. This music, oh my god. For some reason, at this time, it is literally the afternoon. Someone in my neighborhood just loves to blast music. So if you hear that in the background, I am so sorry. So as I was saying, the show focuses a lot on sexuality, especially amongst teens. And I think that's very important, especially because, you know, a lot of people at a young age, they might have these, you know, certain thoughts, certain feelings, and they feel like they can't really, you know, talk to anyone about it. You know, they don't want to be judged. They're afraid. And I think the show does really well with, you know, especially talking about those type of, you know, issues that are amongst teens. Also, the show focuses on other things, again, such as pregnancy and mental health, just a lot of things. And also it focuses a lot on family. So I think those things are just very, very, very important. And I really, really recommend you guys to watch the show. The show is on HBO Max. You should definitely catch up. I don't know if there will be a season 2. I hope there will be, because I will definitely be watching season 2 of Generation. So at number 5, the next show is Good Trouble. Good Trouble, I would say, is kind of a spinoff of the show The Fosters. It follows after The Fosters. I honestly never watched The Fosters. I literally just jumped into Good Trouble, and I love Good Trouble. Like, I watched that show faithfully. But Good Trouble is about Callie and Mariana. They were in The Fosters. They are 2 sisters, and they moved to LA, and they just experienced a whole new journey. Mariana faces, you know, being in a male-dominated career, the tech world, while Callie clerks for a federal judge, and she deals, you know, with learning about the whole legal system. And that show is just so good. Like, I really like that show. And another thing that I liked about the show is that Callie and Mariana, the 2, you know, kind of, I guess you could say, main characters of the show, they live in the Coterie, which is a communal living. And when they live there, they meet a whole bunch of new people, and each person they form a friendship with. And throughout the show, you kind of learn about each person, and each person has their own thing that they're going through. I think you guys should definitely give that show a shot. Definitely should watch that show. The show is on Hulu. So for number 4, we have the Gossip Girl Reboot. So the Gossip Girl Reboot kind of, you know, follows after Gossip Girl, except, you know, obviously completely different actors, which kind of sucks. But the Gossip Girl, obviously, I think everyone at this point should know about Gossip Girl, but Gossip Girl is pretty much about privileged teens living on the Upper East Side that kind of have their lives being watched by a blogger who is Gossip Girl. And that show, I loved that show when it came out. Like, I'm still a fan. I rewatch it. I've been rewatching it kind of like every year. Definitely need to rewatch it before the year ends. But I completely love that show. And when I found out that there was going to be a reboot, I just got super excited. So for the reboot is a completely new generation of high school students that are being introduced to Gossip Girl. So I think that's pretty interesting because, you know, they kind of come in and they don't really know yet about Gossip Girl. And then now they're starting to learn about it. So right now there's currently, you know, obviously they're on season 1. There are, I believe, 6 episodes. And that is just the first half of the season. The second half premieres, I believe, in November. I think November. So that show is on HBO Max. You guys should definitely try out that show. Obviously, it is not better than the original Gossip Girl. The original Gossip Girl will always just be better. Obviously, you know, Queen Bee, Serena, Dan, Nate, Chuck. That show will just always just be the best. The reboot is like nothing compared to that. But I do think that the reboot is very much relevant today. So the only difference between the original Gossip Girl and the reboot is that social media is obviously way more used. People are made way more aware of it now, especially, you know, in the society that we live in today. And I think that's one of the huge differences. I feel like when the original Gossip Girl came out, social media wasn't really, you know, that popular as, you know, obviously compared to now, especially with Instagram, especially with like always posting. So I do think, you know, that is just one of the huge differences. Also, this new reboot focuses way more on sexuality. They focus on like focuses on so many different issues that I feel like the original didn't. Again, you should definitely watch the show and definitely catch up before the second half. And I think that's really smart that they did that, because whoever has not watched the first 6 episodes can definitely hurry up and watch that now before that second half comes in November. So for number 3, we have the show Queen Sugar. Queen Sugar is a drama that centers along a Black family, the Bordelon family that lives in Louisiana. And this family has 3 siblings, and these 3 siblings all have totally different, lives. And, one of them is an activist and a journalist. The other one is a wife and manager of an NBA player. And then we have one of them that was recently incarcerated, and he is also a single father. So as tragedy strikes in this family, these 3 siblings have to come together to actually, take care of a farm. So obviously when you think of farm, like when I first read about the show, I was like, farm? I don't want to watch a show about a farm. But this show is truly amazing. Like, this is literally one of my favorite shows out of all of the ones that I'm talking about. So that definitely should mean that you guys should definitely watch it. So this show was creative and executive produced by Ava DuVernay. Anything that Ava DuVernay does is just amazing. She definitely always understands the assignment. She gets the job done. And this show has 6 seasons. They're currently on their 6th season, and each season has roughly about, I want to say, 10 to 16 episodes. So I am going to tell you why I love this show. So this show, you see a single Black father, a single Black millennial father at that, which is something that I've never seen in a show. We also see different perspectives on women, young women, older women, Asian women, Black women. I think that alone is just so powerful in a show. Last but not least, this show also tackles on different topics: womanhood, racial politics, and addiction. You see how one character struggles with her addiction and overcomes that. And I just think that is just so beautiful to watch. So this show is on the OWN network, the Oprah Winfrey Network, but you can see the show, the seasons, on Hulu. And I highly recommend. I think it's super underrated. I feel like so many people don't really know about it, but I really think this show is truly amazing. What I also loved about the show is that they actually are showing pandemic life, what pandemic life is like. And when I watched, there was, I believe, season 5, I watched it. I believe this was during, I don't know if it was during lockdown or not. I'm not, things were sort of opening back up. But I really was like, wow, like this show is really depicting, what pandemic life is like, what COVID, being in our world today is like. And I think that was just so amazing that they added that to the seasons. You also see people wearing masks while they're talking with each other, being next to each other. I don't know any show that I see people wearing masks like, we're doing right now, So I just think that's super, I know I keep saying amazing, but it's just so good to see that they're showing, how we're all living right now at this moment, being away. They also showed, when certain people were being away from their families, how that affected them during COVID. Again, I'm not gonna say too much. I feel like I already gave so much away about the show, but I hope I've sold you, and I hope that you guys watch it. So for number 2, we have the show You. Many of you should know this show. I'm not even gonna talk about it too much because, again, like I said, I feel like this show is it's also one of my favorite shows. This show is a thriller. It is on Netflix. And it is about a dangerously charming, obsessive young man, Joe Goldberg, who goes to extreme measures to insert himself into the lives of anyone who he is intrigued by. So this show, when I first saw the first season, I was just like, oh my God, like this man did all of that. Like he's just beyond crazy. Like he's just another level. He's crazy. So I think that, of course, you guys should definitely watch the show. You will not be disappointed. The new trailer, the trailer for I believe season 3 just came out, and that got like over 1 million views. So you guys should definitely watch that show. I wonder how season 3 is going to be. If anybody's seen the trailer, anybody who watches you, comment down below and let me know what you think season 3 is going to be like. Let me know what you think of the show overall. I wish I could say more about this show, but again, I'm just talking briefly. Definitely go catch up, watch season 1 and season 2 of the show You. So number 1, my favorite show is All American. You guys should already know about this show. This show is just so incredible. All American is a sports drama that centers along a high school football player, Spencer James, who lives in South Central and is recruited to play football at Beverly Hills High School. And struggles occur once his two worlds collide. This show is truly like literally one of the best shows out right now. Like this show is like truly amazing. I love this show. I just love also how they go into depth about, you know, each character. You learn a lot about each character. So many different things happen and it just literally leaves you off the edge of your seat. I cannot wait for the next season. So All American currently has 3 seasons. Season 4 airs on October 25th. So you guys should definitely go on Netflix. They have, you know, all of the seasons there. Go on Netflix, catch up, watch it before season 6 comes out. I think honestly you will not be disappointed. All right everyone, that wraps up this video. I hope you got a little insight on all of these shows that I mentioned. If it is any shows that you guys do choose out of the bunch, definitely watch Queen Sugar, All American, or the show You. Those are like my top favorite 3 out of all of the ones that I mentioned. Please feel free to let me know in the comments what you guys think of these shows. If you guys watched them, if you guys been, you know, looking at them, wasn't sure, how do you feel about it now? If there are upcoming seasons coming up, what do you guys think is gonna happen? Please let me know in the comments. I love to actually interact with you guys, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will be back for more videos. Again, like I said, leave this video a thumbs up, leave those post notifications on, and I'll be seeing you guys. Bye.